At the beginning, I'd like to ask you guys something. Have you ever experienced such a thing? After you watch several same-type videos on YouTube, TikTok, or any other video websites, you will always be recommended videos related to this keyword in the next few days or weeks, and even after a long time, such video will still be pushed to your homepage. Gradually, your homepage is full of homogeneous information, and it is more and more difficult to obtain other information. So, my name is Yunxin, and this is my topic of this video, about the information cocoons and independent thinking. First, what is information cocoons? Cocoon is a shell made of silk by the larvae of certain insects. The term information cocoons is a concept put forward by American scholar Cass R. Sustain in his book Infotopia: How Many Minds Produce Knowledge. That is, in this communications universe, we hear only what we choose and only what comforts us, thus forming a set of the Daily Me, an entirely personalized newspaper, in which each of us could select a perspective that we liked and excluding or ignoring other views and content. It's just like creating an isolated cocoon room for ourselves. It sounds like a very modern description, right? But in fact, we understand that as long as humans exist, there will be cognition, and that is information. So we can say that phenomenon of information cocoons has been accompanied by social development. For example, in the big picture, it is the suppression of geocentric theory on heliocentric theory in those years. To a smaller example, I wonder if you have heard such a story. There were two farmers chatting in the field, and one said, "If you become the emperor one day, what do you want to do most?" The other replied, "I'm gonna change a golden hole to hole." So you see, the information we can get in real life is determined by the people, social class, and occupation we are in. In turn, information will also feed back to these factors. These had formed the most original information cocoons. But only if that was in ancient times. In our age, come on, we have internet. And we can even access the information on the other side of the earth in a moment. Honestly speaking, on the information level, we have been disengaged from the so-called social class, occupation, and other things that restrict us in reality. But why does this cocoon still exist, and even have an increasing impact on everyone? Then it comes to the second part: how the information cocoon is formed in modern life. Like the example I gave at the beginning, I call that a modern information cocoon. However, what we see and feel is the result. What causes that result is algorithm. In view of the consumption of society, we can roughly classify the algorithms used in various applications into two categories: for consumption and for production. For the first type, AI has only one intention, which is to let users pay whatever time or money to buy things such as content or information. The most typical is all kinds of short video apps. The second type is to take users as production factors. The algorithm will make more reasonable description and scheduling, and improve production efficiency, such as various takeout apps and taxi hailing apps. Let's mainly look at the consumption algorithm. The consumption algorithm has two cores: recommendation mechanism and addiction mechanism. The recommendation mechanism is designed to allow users to spend more time and generate more traffic revenue, but it will cause content homogenization, thus forming a modern information cocoon. In the cocoon, similar information is repeated constantly, forming an echo with similar opinions, which is called the echo chamber effect. People's attitudes are enhanced by repeated broadcasting of similar information, thus forming in-group bias, which means the tendency of people to give preferential treatment to others who belongs to the same group that they do, and exclude people from other groups. If this is the case for a long time, this will narrow the range of available information and block the free exchange of views. The extreme fan culture and extreme feminism in recent years are the reflection of these effects. Unfortunately, I think it is almost inevitable that these are working for users, because it is almost human's instinct. Those field in the People's Choice mentioned that when facing high-choice media environments, the audience is not indiscriminate, but more willing to choose the content that is consistent with or close to their own existing standpoint and attitude, and has a tendency to avoid the content that is opposite or in conflict with themselves. Of course, the contents with same cognition please us and make us secrete dopamine. Who doesn't like happiness? This is also the terrible part of the information cocoons. It has created a perfect comfort zone and gradually swallowed up our desire to obtain information independently. I believe you must have such experience. You opened an app to search for certain content, but gradually attracted by other recommended videos or articles in the app, and forgot your original purpose. Or you can't help but turn on your phone and open a random app. The purpose of using this app has changed from I want to search to I want to see what interesting thing it recommends to me. Gradually, passively ingest the perfect information that AI throws to us becomes the purpose of using this app. Even you don't realize the information you receive is controlled by AI. Then perhaps it can be said that it's the capital use algorithm to make us voluntarily trap ourselves in the cocoon cell. So, how should we deal with information cocoon? Here comes to the third part. I could give some advice. First, try to jump out of or expand your comfort zone. Go to see the works that you don't usually touch and accept ideas that are different from your own. This is what we call broadening our horizons and preventing the one-sidedness of information. Ask yourself what you want and take action immediately. Remember that anything that is a break from your routine is going to require force. Second, get better information sources. In today's internet communities, we often see videos or articles with titles such as 1 minute to teach you some skills or 5 minutes to take you through a book, trying to fragment learning. In fact, this is also a reflection of the information cocoon, because what you learn is only the conclusion that others get after removing all the details. This information doesn't really belong to you. So I think we should choose better information sources when browsing the internet with purpose, such as searching for more authoritative information and more detailed papers. The information obtained in this way is usually more comprehensive, and comprehensive just can break the cocoon. The third and most important thing is independent thinking. In most cases, the information cocoon is created by ourselves. But don't forget that AI and algorithms are also controlled by other people. Sometimes, what we see is what others want us to see. What we think of as our own ideas may actually be indoctrinated to us by others. Therefore, we need to always ask questions, question our own and others' opinions. Think about whether the so-called right is really right, whether the wrong must be eliminated, and have our own judgment in the face of complicated information. In the end, technology gives people the right to choose more information, so that it becomes more easily to choose our favorite content to achieve consumer sovereignty. This right not only satisfies people's preferences, but also gives people the opportunity to be in the full information, a wide range of choices in different directions. All the content of this video are just my personal views. I hope everyone can overcome the negative impact of the information cocoon and finally use it to pursue your own interest and get more communication. Thank you for listening.